Hello, hello Aries. Welcome to your July 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Aries. And I just want to let you know all of the decks that I'm using today are listed in the description box as usual. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram at Onyx Healing, and make sure you check out the description box if you would like to work with me one-on-one, or check out the love and relationship readings on Patreon, as well as the weekly sign-specific readings that come out every Friday. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to lay this spread out and then we will get started. Okay, so go ahead, take a deep breath into the diaphragm. Notice anything that wants to come up today. Maybe check in with your situation right now and just feel into whatever information you might need. Okay, last oracle card. Okay, so let's start with the truth bomb for you. Don't take any shit. I thought that was an M for a second. So that should hopefully be easy for you. And this is going to be a month to set boundaries, not allowing emotions to necessarily dictate what you're tolerant of, but instead really setting boundaries around what you are and are not willing to accept in your life. This is going to be the month to communicate that. Okay, so let's see what the animal card for you is. We have elephant. This is all about resources, foundation, working on that root chakra, feeling into what makes you feel secure, whole, healthy, grounded, supported. Dip into all of that because it's really having an impact on you this month. So just take that into consideration as you're working through things. It's all about resources and how you support yourself this month. And then we also have solitude. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. This is about allowing rather than forcing. I think this has something to do with, one, Mercury retrograde happening this month, as well as it being Cancer season. So I think both of those elements mean that it's going to be a time to perhaps focus on the yin, right? Focus on the receiving side of things. Focus on embracing what it is that you're calling in and allowing it to arrive rather than forcing, pushing out, or trying to drive it in a different direction. So this is going to be a great month to embrace your desires, embrace your solitude in all ways, and just focus on what it is that you need to feel supported, and then inviting that in. The central energy for you this month is justice. So balance, equilibrium. I hesitate to say being level-headed, but that is definitely something, because this is Libra's card. So, you know, your sister sign making an appearance here in the center. And this might actually be a great month to get other people's perspectives. So like, seek out people who might disagree with you or challenge your way of thinking, because that's going to be what reflects back to you the dysfunctions or the holes in your plan. If you're only surrounding yourself with people who aren't going to highlight any of those dysfunctions, then you're going to continue to have blind spots. So while from a mindset perspective, you always want to be around people who believe in you, there's also an element of you want people who can challenge you as well. And I think that's what this month is bringing. It's not about someone being a bully, right? This don't take any shit card is definitely still on the table. It doesn't mean you're going to lose that, but it means that you're actually going to gain a lot of your power through considering other perspectives, through asking other people, just to kind of experiment and dabble in whatever it is that you're trying to get to grow. Because the areas where you might feel blind or like you don't know exactly which direction you're going, that's where you want to feel into the contrast, because then you're going to say, ooh, there it is, got it. I can definitely work through that. What you have shifting out is the Six of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify this. The Hanged Man. Okay, so I really think that this is, reciprocity is good. Yes, yes, yes. But this might just be highlighting your threshold. So think about what you've had happen consistently in terms of like what you give and what you get. Are you kind of operating at a lower level where it might just be, oh, well, I set the bar here, you know, maybe your minimum is kind of low as far as your threshold goes, and you keep like manifesting something that just matches that threshold, but nothing that communicates like overflow or abundance or better than you expected. So it's time to start playing with your limits. Like start playing with your limitations and what bracket, what your threshold, your minimum and maximum is, because it seems like there might be a pattern of like getting bare bones here. There's something is being highlighted around that with the Six of Pentacles, because this can also be considered a poverty card. Like you might not be asking for enough, is what I'm getting. Because in the traditional imagery on a normal tarot card, it's like this one guy handing a single coin over to the people underneath him. And so that's where this is like, I don't know, there's like some scarcity or threshold work that needs to be done over here. This can appear in terms of finances, career, relationships, all ways, shapes, and forms. The Justice card is like you need to find somebody who challenges you rather than just reflects back to you what it is that you want to hear. And then the oncoming energy is the Mother of Wands. There we go. So this is more of that confidence piece. And I think once you identify what your blind spot is, or where you might not have realized a pattern was occurring, or maybe you see it but you're not quite sure if there's another way to experience abundance or increasing your threshold, this is where that confidence comes back. Because you can see there's like abundance sitting in the center as well of the Mother of Wands. So this is the right trajectory. I think that this month is about troubleshooting, which is, of course, the name of the game for Mercury retrograde. So that's definitely something that's coming up here. What you need to know about the month of July is the Magician. Create, create, create. It is the month to actually build the damn thing. Focus on creating in the astral as well, more of the energetic side of things. That's going to be incredibly helpful for you. The Magician is also about, creating some alchemy, like creating some magic for yourself, definitely. So whatever that looks like, I think that there's a lot that needs to be done in the astral for you. You kind of need to plant those energetic seeds first, and then stepping into that day-to-day, right? So just honoring whatever it is that you need. And then advice for you is judgment. Make a decision and stick to it. Not a good month to be wishy-washy. If there's something that you're like contemplating, then maybe don't decide until you really feel into getting clear about what it is that you want. But the firmer you are about like, this is what I want and this I'm sticking to it, the easier this is going to be. Okay, and then to clarify it, we have the Six of Cups. Yep, ask and you shall receive. And this is also making sense because right here with the Six of Pentacles, how I was saying this is screaming poverty to me, like not poverty in the sense of like socioeconomic status. That has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about scarcity, like feeling like you're limited in some way. And so this is really highlighting that, because if in the past you were like, oh, this is what I want, but it's okay if it's this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, or this way, and those are lower versions of what it is that you want, and you might be getting bare bones as a result. So you need to increase your standards, hold firm, and expect it to come in and see how that approach works for you. That's what the Judgment is communicating. And then the Six of Cups is like you're getting the things that you ask for. It's also like the soulmate card, in the sense that it's like right people, right timing, as the Solitude card was pointing out to you. Now let's get into the timeline. You guys know first, second, third, and fourth quarter, that'll be where you end the month of July. So the first quarter of July, we have the Eight of Wands. Fast paced. I think this is like a significant push time at the beginning of the month of July. And so you might feel like things are a little bit out of control, or this is energy that you can really capitalize on to get things done, make things happen, move in the right direction. It's like a good push time. Second quarter, we have the King of Coins. So finally receiving some benefits from whatever seeds you may have planted. I think you're starting to see things roll in. This is also the time to start increasing your standards and expectations. Expectation can be kind of tricky because I know people associate that with entitlement, but that's entitlement in a bad way. But this has more to do with like the expectation of the things that you need coming in, or the support that you need, or the material or relational support is what I wanted to clarify. Because again, you have the Elephant. The Elephant card is really focusing on like that grounding, feeling into what it is that you need to be moving through this world with ease and grace, essentially. Yes, money, healthy relationships, all of those things, health, well-being, all of that is what enables us to do that. So wherever you have challenges with this, the whole idea is moving into affirmative expectation rather than poverty, bare bones expectation in whichever area or arena you might struggle. The third quarter, we have the Three of Swords. This is about release, right? This is traditionally like the heartbreak card, but I see this more as cut it, release it, let go of it. So like cutting off a lot of dead weight is part of what this is going to be. And this is also a lot of emotional processing. So through this experience this month of getting contrast, differing opinions, understanding what may have been limiting you before, maybe where you have been lowering your standards or lowering the bar for the universe, not even for yourself, but for the universe, or maybe what it is that you want to create. And then that's the type of stuff where it can bring up insecurity, fear, shame, guilt, low self-worth. You know, all of that stuff starts coming to the surface to heal. So that's why you have the Three of Swords sitting here. It's saying, hey, there's still this whole other emotional side of healing that needs to be done. And then wrapping up the month, we have the Four of Wands. So this is the happy home card, feeling into being grounded. And I think it has to do with like all of this bubbling up, coming to the surface, and then finally coming back down onto earth. At least that's what the Four of Wands is communicating. Okay. I'm gonna do this 3-card pick for you, so you're welcome to ask a question, invite some guidance or clarity. One more thing that I want to mention about the Four of Wands is just that It's also a good time to focus on your physical living space, your actual home. Like, that might actually provide a lot more nourishment than you realize. So do a little bit of investigating around that. All right, pick a card, any card, as few or as many as you need. Card number 1, 9 of Wands. So cusping burnout just a little bit. Make sure that you take time to take a break, relax, decompress, because if this persists for too long, then you're really going to start running into some issues, because this is what leads to the 10 of Wands, right? And then it's too late. You have to start delegating. So be proactive with it so you can conserve your energy. And if all of your energy is already eaten up, you're going to have to start pulling it in from other areas so you can actually create. Card number 2, we have the 8 of Swords. I think you're kind of limiting yourself in this case. It's about you not being able to see past like current circumstances or situations. And the point is not to understand how things work out, it's to feel into what it would be if they did. And then that's what magnetically pulls the solutions toward you. So it's not about logically understanding how it's going to unfold. If you overthink, you're actually going to snuff out the opportunities that could come in. So your job is just to understand, this is what I would like to feel and experience relief in whatever capacity, and then you're going to be met with that. And then card number 3, we have the 6 of Swords, moving on, moving up. So it might feel a little bit turbulent in July, but know you're heading towards dry land. This is about going from unstable to stable, and that seems to be really consistent, especially, you know, these cards that you have in the timeline, as well as the Elephant card, really indicating stability and being grounded. So it seems like that's definitely the name of the game for you this month. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. I absolutely appreciate you more than you could possibly know. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. You're welcome to click that bubble right there. And I'm creeping up on 50,000 right now, so I'm super excited. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Onyx Healing. That is where you can get more content, more readings, all sorts of good stuff that you get for free, as well as my podcast Sunday messages if you are interested in more of the energetic, intuitive healing, stuff like that. All of that is on my podcast, which is in the description box. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, that is also available in the description box. And another thing that I just launched recently is my meditations, and so those are available for you to get on my website. They are more of a class style, so I teach you energetic tools, and that's more for those of you that are interested in the intuitive development piece, learning how to access your own intuition. That is now available for you as well, loaded with tools. So I hope you guys enjoy those if you check those out. And if you are interested in more of the tarot readings, then make sure you check out my Patreon. I do love and relationship readings, which come out every month, that are big readings like this, but they are sign specific. And I also do weekly sign specific readings, the big circle, oval readings that I do. And those come out every Friday. So there's a whole bunch of different tiers for you to choose from. And until next time, have a beautiful July, everybody. I am sending you so much love and support. Don't forget to watch your sun, moon, and rising signs if you haven't already. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.